Hello and welcome to episode 4 of Ken Plays Crash Landing. So we left off last time. We got some leaves going into this to try to make water, but we're really not doing anything with it. Still kind of making water the old way. Got a little bit of a cobblegen over here that I can do manually. Actually had an idea. I wasn't sure it was going to work. Went into a test world and it is going to work. So that's excellent, what my plan is. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to make a barrel. See, I already had all this stuff ready to go. Yeah, we're going to make a barrel. And we're going to make some transfer pipe. And transfer node. Excellent. And where's my bucket? Somewhere I have a bucket. I think we need to get some water also. Okay. So I think, I guess I don't have to move this. I could technically leave it here. So what we've got water and lava. And if we put this here, the transfer node, what's it doing? Where's this cobblestone coming from? Well, as I stand there and mine cobblestone, I keep getting cobblestone and then it gets replaced. What this thing is doing is that's what it's doing. It is, even though you can't see it, it's breaking the cobblestone, sucking it in, the cobblestone's reforming. You don't see it because it's not actually doing it. It's just kind of simulated, which makes for less lag. So probably put this here, and there we go. I wasn't sure that this was going to work. I'm actually surprised it does work. I figured they would have disabled that because it makes it a little too easy. But so now we got some cobblegen going. That's excellent. I'm going to be able to let this run, and before you know it, I'm going to have enough cobblestone to build giant walls all the way around everything. The next thing I need to do, I'm going to gather some resources, and we're going to be making water, and we're also going to be making dirt over here with the same stuff. So I got to gather some resources. One of the things I was going to need was some more stone. So let me get some more resources together, and we'll be back. I'm still gathering resources, but I realized I didn't really talk about, I used glass in the recipe to make the transfer node over here, and I didn't talk about it. We talked about it a long time ago when we made the hammer. Put down cobblestone, and you can break it to gravel, and then you put the gravel down and break that to sand, and so that's what I did, and I need some more glass for what I'm going to do next, which is why I wanted to get the cobblegen going. Because it just takes too long to sift dust and get stones and try to put cobblestone together that way. And voila. I've got some iron going here also. So we'll make our glass. Alright, I still got to get 5 more ingots of iron and we'll be back. Okay, and we're back. That is the last piece of iron I need. And what we're going to do, I already made some inventory cable. We're going to make the inventory manager. We're going to make a tank. We're going to make a chest. Probably actually don't want to put that there. I'd rather have that there. Okay, so what are we going to do here? Let me get some leaves. I'm actually almost out of leaves, so I'm going to have to stop and do a bunch of trees. I actually need some more iron to make shears to do more trees. And you can see here, we're almost full. 3,000 cobble. Oh, I don't need up here. Okay, so what are we going to do? We are going to do Steve's Factory Manager. And if you don't care, then just fast forward if you don't want to see what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to keep this fairly simple. We're going to set the chest as our input. We're going to look for oak leaves. We're going to output that to the crucible. I don't think it matters which side. Blacklist. We should have our leaves down here. And there's our leaves. No more leaves in the chest. So all I have to do is throw leaves in this chest and they're automatically going to go in there. Well, now what? Am I hot? No, I'm too close to the lava. We'll create another trigger. We're going to do liquid input and liquid output. We're going to do the crucible. Don't think it matters. We're going to do water. We're going to output to the portable tank. And there's our water. I don't know if that's it. Yep, we're out of leaves. So this is stage 1. I'll throw leaves in and it'll slowly fill this tank up with water. I could come over here and just click this with my glass bottles. Eventually I'll have this set up to fill my glass bottles and we'll just always have water here. And then we'll eventually take it a step further and it'll just be something that I'll step on and it'll pull out my camel pack, fill it, and put it back in. For now, I need to go through a whole bunch of trees. I need a ton of leaves, and I need more wood anyway, so that's fine. So we'll be back once I get a ton more leaves. Alright, I just went until my shears broke, so that's a good stopping point to move on to the next thing. I haven't talked about my food. I have been making various different foods and trying to eat differently. So that's been going pretty good. Let me out. Okay, we'll come back to that in just a second. So I want to cook up some more charcoal. So, Steve's Factory Manager. Didn't really talk about it before. You've got the actual block here that does everything, the Machine Inventory Manager. There's a lot to go in. I could spend half an hour talking about it and not cover everything. And then you've got the inventory cable. Basically, anything that has inventory, whether it's liquid or items or whatever, if it's touching the inventory cable, then this thing can see it if this is touching the cable. And you can just do all sorts of things. So you saw me, I'm sending leaves to the, what's that called? I want to say the cauldron. What's this thing called? Crucible. Yeah, the crucible. And then, of course, I'm pulling liquid out of the crucible and I'm putting it here. Eventually, we'll be able to automate that more. There's another thing I'm going to do with it, though. We're going to do it right now, actually. Okay, I can probably move these down. Oh, look at that. Upgrade. I don't want to put that there. I don't know if it'll catch fire. Okay, so the other thing we can do, we should have lots of leaves. We'll create another trigger. We're going to input from the chest oak leaves. First you have to click in the box. we're going to output to the barrels. Where's the other barrels? Oh. Did they catch fire, apparently? It's the only explanation I can come up with why we suddenly have 3. So we have 3 oak barrels. Okay, sure. And we'll just blacklist that. So we should start sending, yep, there we go. We're filling those with leaves. Let's go to sleep. I think I need water anyway. I better not wait too long, because... Yep, okay. I don't want the mobs to spawn yet. There we go, good. Okay, so the Steve's Factory Manager is also going to automatically put leaves in here, and they're going to compost, and it's going to turn into dirt. But then the dirt's just going to sit in there. If I tell it to start sending the dirt to the chest, we're just going to use all of our leaves up on dirt, and I really need water, more importantly. So we're going to do a little special thing here. I think we'll do a condition. And we're going to set it to the chest. And we're going to look in the chest for dirt. We're going to right click on that, and I'm going to say 64. So then this is your true and this is your false. So it's saying, hey, if there's 64 dirt, true or false. Well, true, we don't want anything. False, okay? So we'll say input and output. And our input is going to be our 3 barrels now. And we're going to do dirt. And our output is going to be the chest. Blacklist, that's fine. So it should automatically pull the dirt out, and leaves should be going back in, which it is. So you can see we've got 3 dirt. This should keep building up until we have 64 dirt, and then it'll stop. So there'll always be 64 dirt in this chest. And you can see here we're making water. I need to upgrade this, but it's going to take, I believe, Invar, and I don't have any way to make Invar right now. I actually could place most of these 3 more barrels over here. I probably should do that. And it's not really important. Dirt production's not that critical now, because I just need it for plants. So that's pretty good. So we're making dirt, and we're making water, and all I have to do is throw leaves in here. And then I can come over here and get my water. The next thing I want to do is have this automatically fill water bottles, but I need an autonomous activator to sit here and click. And I'm kind of using mine to make dust, and I'd rather have it over here for now, so eventually, oh boy, eventually that's what we'll do. We haven't done any quests in a long time. I don't know what we've got, though. Ooh, water bucket. Do I have a bucket? This we can definitely do. What'd I get? Just kind of pointless. Gold, copper, tin, lead, silver. That's cool. I could do that pretty easily. This, not ready for that. Not ready for this. Let me go make these. 4. Let me go make these up, and then we'll be back. Alright, and we should have everything. Okay. Leadstone thruster, hardened energy cell. I don't think I really need a hardened energy cell right now. The thrusters, I'll want a jetpack eventually. I don't think I care about an ME chest, so I think I'm going to go with those. Oh, hello. Okay, so fluid ducts, plastic. Oh, now we're starting to get into the heavy duty stuff. Can't get those yet. I went ahead and added a second tank here. Filled all my bottles up, so we don't have any and we're out of leaves. I'm cooking up some more iron to make more shears. I need to make a whole lot more leaves. Sun's going down. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to start getting cobblestone out of here and start building a wall. So I'm going to do all that off camera. Probably not going to do the whole wall right now, but I'm definitely going to do a whole lot of leaves for now. So we'll be back. Okay, we are back. So I've been up to a few things. Number one, you can see the wall I've started. We'll look at that in a minute. What I've done here, you can see I've got water and starting on the second one. That's awesome. But what I've done here is I added a second thing. So it's a condition. We're checking the inventory of the chest for camel packs. And I set it for damage value 100, which is an empty camel pack. A full one is 0. And then if that's true, we're going to go into the chest and we're going to pull out the camel pack of 100 and we're going to craft. And we're going to add 4 water bottles and then it fills this in, so you know you've done it right when it fills that in. And then we're going to output that back to the chest. So all I have to do now is take an empty camel pack, which I'm nowhere near that. If I drop an empty camel pack in here, boom, it immediately fills it, and then I can put it back on. So then I've automated that step, so that's awesome. I want to be able to automate filling the bottles. I know I can do it with an autonomous activator because I can have it right-click a tank and it'll fill the bottles. I technically have the fluid transposers inside, in the wall in there. I could use those. Well, I could use one of those and it would do that, but then I'd have to keep supplying it power and I'd have to have my generator over here and I'd have to keep putting charcoal in that. I mean, I could set this up to do that. It's kind of complicated. So for now, all I have to do is make sure there's leaves. If there's not, put leaves in. If there's empty bottles, just right click them and then put them back in the chest and we've got water. And then I switched the dirt and I just changed it to 32 because I don't need that much dirt. So what else have I been doing? I've got my trees set up here all the way down, right? Because we don't want to use bone meal, so we want lots of trees. So when it's time for wood, I've got wood. I added another apple tree. We moved the farm and made it bigger. I've got my tea. I've got my cantaloupe. I've got my rice. Actually, a couple here, I think. Excellent. And we started on the wall. So the wall is 3 high on the outside. And I added slabs on top because mobs can't spawn on slabs. And I made the slab go out 1 with an overhang. That way if a spider comes up and tries to climb the wall, he can't. He can't get out and then up and then over the wall. So I've got to do a lot more of that. I'll do that between next episode and this because I'm not sure how far out I'm going to go. I want lots of space to be able to expand. I kind of laid this out. So what are these things? That's the other thing we have to talk about. The wall doesn't do any good unless we light everything up inside, which I've been doing. Now I could use torches, make charcoal and sticks and do it that way. The torches put out heat. And that's quite a few resources, really, to make that many torches. Instead, I'm using these glowstone nooks. And what you do is, as I'm actually out, I am going to take 16 glowstone. Okay, I've got 14 left, so technically I'm not out. Torches. And somewhere... There's my saw. So, I can make 4 glowstone. So 4 glowstone, I could put those down and I could light up maybe this room. Instead, I built a saw. stone rods, which is just 2 cobblestone on top of each other, and I had 1 piece of flint, and I don't even know how I got it. I was outside and I got it, and I think it was I didn't sleep one point until it was too late, and the mobs came out and I had to kill mobs. I might have got the piece of flint then. I'm not sure, but luckily I did. So you take that, you take this, so we turn it into slabs, we turn it into panels, we turn it into covers, then we turn the covers into strips, and then we turn the strips into nooks. And I already had that 14, so I could have had 4 pieces of glowstone. Instead, I have 128. And each one of these little nooks, there's one right there, each one of these nooks puts out the same amount of light as the one big glowstone. So I literally went from 4 to 128. And they don't put out any heat, I don't believe. At least from what I could tell, they don't put out any heat. So I've lit everything up. And eventually we'll have the wall go all the way around. We'll be lit up in here, and then I won't sleep at night, and we'll let the mobs spawn outside. Because I actually need the mobs to spawn, and I need to be able to kill them. I need some of their resources that they drop. But it's just too dangerous in the beginning because I end up with all these spiders on my roof and then I come out here and get killed. So we'll get back to that and have mobs spawning eventually. I also enclose this with some cobblestone, just, I don't know, because I can. So I think that's about everything I was trying to get done. We can talk about the quests real quick because I looked at them but we didn't talk about them. So starting to make item ducts, fluid ducts, and leadstone energy conduit. That's going to take metals and glass, and basically it's going to take resources. And then getting into this plastic here, I don't even have plastic. How do I scroll this? I'm not even sure how I get plastic at the moment. That's going to involve pneumatic craft, and that's basically where we're headed, is getting into the advanced machines. This way, I need to go to the city. I don't feel like I'm ready for that. So I kind of feel like this is going to go advanced, and this is going advanced. And we're going to kill mobs. So what I want to do before I start trying to tech up with anything, I want to get my wall built all the way around and get it lit up, maybe set up a mob trap and be able to start killing the mobs. And once we get that, we might even build a building or something. I don't think it matters that we're outside, but it's probably cooler if we work inside. So we might set up another building, that kind of stuff. And once we're pretty good on that, then we'll probably look at starting to build the machines. So I am going to go ahead because we're at a good wrapping up point right now for the episode, but we're not far enough into the episode to wrap up. So I am going to go ahead and try to find something else to do. So just give me a minute. All right, my camel pack is empty, so I wanted to come back and show you that. So I didn't even have to go up there. So I put that. Okay, so 0 out of 100, and you can see the number that's over here, the 100. That's because it's empty. So we'll drop it in, and it disappears. And I swear this worked earlier. I don't understand. Okay, let me troubleshoot. Alright, I made it work. I must have never had it working before, but I swear I did. So what I did was, and I have heat stroke, so the input's the chest, and we just blacklist. So start at the chest, but don't pull anything out, and then craft, and this is all exactly the same, I didn't change that. And then for the output, again, the chest, but instead of being blacklist, I whitelisted, and I used the 0, which is a full one. I don't know how. I swear it worked once before, but I must be crazy. So it works now when I drop it in there. And actually, I could do this without the conditional, probably. Definitely on this one. It doesn't matter. There's a lot of different ways you can do stuff. Oh, God. Let me to bed. There's a lot of different ways you can do stuff in Steve's. Some are more efficient than others, so a lot of times I'll just think of a way to do it and I'll get it to work, and it might not be the most efficient. Ah, mob spawned. Dang it. I've still got heat stroke, apparently. Let's take a quick once around the wall here. Got a spider. Wow, he didn't get knocked back very far. Okay. Well, if that's it, I think we got pretty lucky. Apparently a couple zombies were right here. Okay. They must have just started to spawn as I went to bed. So as you can see, we've also got our waters full here, and this will keep filling up until it's full. So as long as I'm not doing anything crazy, this should more than keep up with how much water I'm using. So that's excellent. Eventually, if we could get more clay, I'd like to build more crucibles here. The other thing I started to do before I needed to fill my water was, oh, this is probably overflowing. Yeah. I need a piece of lapis, and you get that from sifting gravel. So I made a whole bunch of gravel with the hammer and put it in there. And I'm hoping to get a piece of lapis. It's not common. I don't know. What I want to make is the advanced inventory relay. 5% chance. So, yeah. Maybe we'll get one. Maybe we won't. The good thing is, it's real easy for me to make anything, gravel or sand or whatever, because cobblestone's easy to get. I can make those stone hammers, again, with the cobblestone and with wood, and wood's easy to get. So it's no problem for me to make a bunch more gravel. But what I wanted to do, and it doesn't look like we're going to get there, was make this advanced inventory relay, which is just a regular one, which is just cable with the hopper. And that was going to allow us to walk over the block, and it was going to pull the empty camel pack, fill it, and then replace it, assuming there's bottles. So I think now we're at a good wrapping up point. What I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the wall probably around here. I might push out farther later, but I think for now this is enough. I don't want to spend forever making the wall. And I got to figure out what I'm going to do building-wise. I kind of wanted to build a building, kind of pin myself in here with the wall. I probably shouldn't have put the wall over there, but I'm not going to take it down. So we're going to work on the wall between episodes, and then we'll be back next episode, and hopefully we'll be defended, and we'll have our food and everything going, and we'll be ready to start some of the advanced machines, the very beginnings of anyway. So tune in next time. See you then.